What is up, YouTube? Okay, what is up, YouTube? I don't know why I said it like that in that weird voice. I think it's because I have a new microphone on top of my phone. This is actually my phone I'm recording on, and you'll notice that the audio, hopefully, fingers crossed, hopefully, is much crispier than usual. And I think it makes me want to use a radio voice, just like this. But yeah, I should probably just talk normally. But yeah, I'm excited about this new mic, which is going to be hopefully improving my audio quality. But every time you have a piece of new tech, it's just something else to consider, something else that could go right, could go wrong. Hopefully it goes right for me this time, because I'm not going to record this twice. So if you're watching this, it is all good. Yeah, I wanted to give a little update about the trip that I just took. And yeah, just a few things on my mind. I feel like recently, what have I posted on this channel recently? Let me take a look. This video is going to be just kind of me going through my thoughts with you. Yeah, I guess I've been all over the place. My last video was, I have been doing a few tech videos. I did that reaction video. I did a couple videos about Montreal. So yeah, this channel, yeah, apologies to viewers of the channel. I guess I am all over the place. But that's why I started the Dan Weinberg channel. It's just kind of a creative outlet. So I can try different things, because when you have a main channel, some people, I keep forgetting, some people find this channel and don't know I have another channel, but my main channel, the new travel, when you have a bigger audience, it's like the risk of trying something radically different is higher, because if you do something different that people aren't expecting and then suddenly everyone hates it, you get like all these comments and like all these people unsubscribing, and you're just like, whoa, dude, like, did I just ruin my business and my job and my life and this channel I've been growing for the last 8 years because I wanted to try something new? And if you do something new on a small channel like this and nobody watches, it's like, well, that's kind of what this channel's for. But going forward, I would like to have this as a place where I can talk to you like this, because, yeah, I guess I haven't really been appearing in my main channel videos that much. I've been really much a background figure. And yeah, I just don't want to feel like totally cut off from you guys. So what's going on? Yeah, I just took a trip to New York City. That was super exciting. I actually took a trip, believe it or not, from Montreal to Los Angeles, all the way to the West Coast, and then to New York. I'm sorry to say there won't be any videos from the Los Angeles trip, because it was actually a work trip. Yeah, super exciting. Super professional, whatever. I don't know what it was, but I was actually invited there by, I can't say too much about this because I had to sign some non-disclosure thing. But I will say that, what can I say about that trip? It was an organization that works with Google, who are like beta testing some new features that could come to YouTube in the next, I don't know the time frame, but could come to YouTube soon. And before they launch it to the general public, they reached out to me and other creators who basically have channels that are international and stuff like that, and they wanted help testing it. So it sounds cool, right? Like, YouTube reached out to me. I don't know how they found me, but they did. And I got to go to Los Angeles, talk to some other creators, hang out. But mostly we were there to test this feature. So it was cool because they paid for the flights, and for me it was just a chance to go to Los Angeles. I have an old friend, shout out to George. George lives in Los Angeles, so I got to meet a friend, and yeah, it was just a cool trip. But because it was for work, it was like such a busy schedule, I didn't have time to film a video. Because Los Angeles, how many languages do you speak? It would have been an amazing video. And I think I got to fly back there sometime soon just to make that video, because jumping ahead to the New York trip, after Los Angeles, instead of coming home to Montreal, I decided, you know what, I'm already in the United States. I want to make a video, so I'm gonna fly to New York, and from New York City, I stayed 4 nights. Stayed 4 nights in this very small apartment. Wait, no, not apartment. Hotel room is what I wanted to say. Very small hotel room, close to Times Square. It was like so small and so expensive for what you're paying for, but that's New York City. I mean, the corner shop down below, it was like literally like they would have like some little plastic thing of grapes and it would be like $7. It was like I was trying to eat the cheapest food I could literally find, and still it was expensive. So yeah, you end up having a lot of those cheap slices of pizza and stuff in New York. Or you just admit that, you know what, this is going to cost a lot, I'm going to eat out and like not worry about it. But yeah, I'm not going to complain about the cost of living in Montreal anymore because once I've seen like what New York is dealing with, like that is just crazy. But with that being said, amazing city. Yeah, it was so amazing that I yeah, like I actually took the bus home because I'd never done that bus ride before, but it was yeah, it was like my hotel room was right by the bus station in Manhattan, and then I was like, well, it's gonna take me straight to Montreal, and it's like 7 hours. It's really not that bad. You get a few breaks, you get to stretch your legs and stuff. I don't like flying because like I'm too tall for the airline seats. I don't fit well half the time anyway. So there was more space in the bus. It was relatively comfortable, and that's why I took the bus back. And of course, you save money too, so like that helps. But yeah, I took the bus back, and I was enjoying myself so much in New York City for those 4 days. I was actually thinking, what if I just skip my bus ride home and like stay at this hotel and like just I don't know, stay in New York till I run out of money, I guess, because there's something about that place. The energy is just incredible. I filmed a video there, New York City. How many languages do you speak? Fingers crossed that video does well because I think it's one of the best videos I've ever made. I'm just gonna say that. Like I think I don't know if I got lucky or if it's just the people in New York City are all like so outgoing and so interesting that all the people I interviewed were just like interesting, and I think it just made an incredible like video about the diversity of the city. Yeah, I think I got really really lucky. Also, it was like it was kind of cold when I first got there, but my last day in the city, it was like really warm, like almost not quite t-shirt weather, but like it was coming, like the first days of spring. And the first days of spring, everyone's always in a good mood, and like the vibe is high because like winter's ending. So I think I caught New Yorkers on a good day. People always say New Yorkers are like kind of mean and hostile, but like all the people I met were super cool. So, although there were like some of the people who refused to be in the video, cause I gotta approach strangers, right? Like these people, they don't know me, I don't know them. I'm just a guy with a camera who's like, trying to be friendly and approach them, but like some people would just like a couple people just like pretended I didn't exist. Like I would say hello and like, do you have a moment? And they would just like completely ghost me. And so yeah, you try not to take it personal, but like some people definitely we're like quite cold, I would say. But the people who did speak were very nice. Yeah, what else can I say about New York City? Amazing city, amazing city. But we'll see. Hopefully the video does well because my most viewed video, I'm just looking away from you because I have my laptop open on the table here. My most viewed video ever, London, how many languages do you speak? That video earns me a lot of revenue. And so much so that like if New York City can do that same number of views, like millions of views, then I could actually afford to just keep doing stuff like that. Like I could fly to Los Angeles just to do a video and then fly back. I could fly to Miami and just do a video and then fly back. And if the videos keep doing well and keep getting views, then like I could look at, I don't know, Like, well, first of all, like Europe, like there's big cities over there that would be interesting, like Paris, Berlin. But even further, like, what if I wanted to go all the way to Australia? You know, like there are trips that it's the flights there are so expensive. And then some of the destinations, like the hotels themselves, or even if I'm staying at a cheap hostel, like the cheapest bed I can find is still somewhat expensive in some of these places. Plus the food, plus the physical effort of getting there. Like I don't know, as you start to get older, like every flight you take is like, I'm not 20 anymore. Like it used to be just like whatever. You don't like jet lag isn't a problem. You just endless energy. Now, like a few years later, I'm starting to be like, okay, I value my good night's sleep a bit more than I used to. So the idea of just like flying to Europe for a video then flying back doesn't really make sense. Like I would go there and I'd want to spend a month and take it slow and film a few videos and enjoy myself. Um, but yeah, that all depends on views. Like so, I'm very closely watching the New York City video. I hope if you haven't, you'll take a look and uh, watch it to the end. Do what you can to help that algorithm share my video with more people. Um, but yeah, this is kind of the direction I'm going at the moment, and I guess like I am following the trend. Like I'm very much following the trend of a video that has worked. I now have the London video. I mean, this is crazy. Like I don't know if you guys have seen this, but the London video I made about languages has 2.8 million views. And the one I made in Toronto, how many languages do you speak? Has 1.4 million views. So half the London one, but still like, and still going steady. Like months later, like still getting views. It will continue. London will hit 3 million. Toronto could eventually hit 2 million. And so that's going to help me have some revenue coming in, which is great because, yeah, it's just like, travel's not cheap. So it's just great to have that as like that insurance. So if I take a little break from doing videos or something, I still have that coming in. Or like if I want to do some dream trip to somewhere really far away like Australia, eventually I can afford that. And, you know, it's just like this is all like really positive stuff. But I do admit that I am kind of chasing the trend. And the thing with trends is they do grow and they do die. And so maybe a year from now, the language topic will like not get as much search traffic and I'll have to switch to something else. I could ask different questions. I could go back to doing travel videos. In fact, that's one thing I want to talk about today. I had a comment. I'm going to find it here. Someone replied by saying, I miss your personal impression of the city. And this, of course, is just indicating, yeah, just pointing out the fact that I'm not actually giving my thoughts in these videos anymore. I went to London and I didn't tell you what I thought about London. I just went to New York and I haven't shared yet any thoughts on New York, other than the couple thoughts I just shared in this video, actually. So that's one way to do it. Like I could do more regular updates like this. If I can't, like, and again, I don't know if this idea is going to happen. It depends if the views and everything can continue going up. But if it does, this summer could have a lot of travel. It could be going a lot of interesting places and doing a lot of content, working very hard to keep things moving. And then the question is like, should I just use this channel for updates where I could give like more behind the scenes and more my thoughts on the cities I go to? Or maybe I could put those on the new travel as well. Maybe I could, but I just don't think that can go inside the interview videos. I think the interview videos, the language videos, stuff like that, there's a lot of people interested in just seeing the people of that city, including me. Like I gotta be real. Like I find it more fun seeing that than seeing myself. But I'm biased because I am me. So like I see myself all the time. So when I see a video of me, I'm like tired of me. I'm like, Dan, like go away. Like I live with Dan, so I don't need to see you. So for me, like meeting the strangers in a city is more interesting. But I don't want to take for granted that there are longtime subscribers to this channel, to the new travel, who have been here for like 4 or 5 years. Some of you more. Like so, sometimes someone was like, I've been following you since you were in Costa Rica, which was 2017. That's now like 6 years ago. That's crazy. And so I guess it would be weird if I just didn't show up in videos anymore. Except like occasionally, like when I'm doing sponsored bits, like I show up and I like talk about the thing that I'm advertising, which that's another thing. Like I do have more sponsored ads at the moment than I had before. Hopefully that doesn't annoy anyone out there. I know it's kind of like not everyone likes getting advertised to, obviously, but hopefully people can understand like that is also essential right now to continuing to travel, because I got to be honest, I don't know if you guys have traveled recently, but like flight prices have gone up. Everything, inflation is like in full effect. So like hopefully people understand like a minute or 2 minute ad in a video, which can be skipped if you really like aren't enjoying it. That's really helping me afford to travel. Otherwise, like I don't think I could have done the trip to Ukraine or like the trip I just did to New York, so things are good, but like finances as a YouTuber are always like you gotta keep an eye on that, especially when you're traveling a lot. But anyway, as I was saying, like I need to oh yeah, speaking of that, like I also I mean, you guys have been seeing some tech videos. I've been buying some new gear for my camera and stuff. I just got the new mic, which I'm using right now. So, and this camera's good, but sometimes the autofocus, sometimes people go out of focus. And there's a newer, better camera I could get, but then cameras are not cheap either. But if I'm gonna go out to all these interesting places around the world, like I want it to look as good as it can. So there's an argument that like this is the most essential thing, to actually have the quality. I don't know. I go back and forth because some people like this is a cell phone video, and for some people it's like it's fine, they can see me. Other people love that cinematic, those beautiful shots. So I go back and forth on that too, but anyway, so these are like, I'm just giving you like stream of consciousness, some of the things I think about in terms of the content. But yeah, what I was saying is that some people who have been watching this channel for a very long time, I think it is kind of weird that I just switch from like being 90% of it is me walking around towns, giving my impressions, and I mean, I think I have interesting things to say about the places I go to. Like that's why the new travel has grown. I'm not gonna say I'm the best. Like I think there's people who are better than that. I don't think I'm not an Anthony Bourdain who can just tell you like all the interesting things about the food culture. I'm not. I got a buddy named Mike who has a channel called Fearless and Far. He does like the most adventurous things ever. Like he'll just find like, I don't know, some tribe in Africa and just have these interactions with like just very unusual places, or like do very extreme things, breathing fire. And I'm not breathing fire in my videos, like, you know, I'm not like a daredevil exactly. I think my main strength has always just been like relating to people around the world and just showing you that places you might think are scary, or like just trying to break stereotypes in general, trying to show you that the world is cool. People everywhere you go are going to be cool. And I think it's that attitude which has helped me transition into these interviews, and that's why I want to keep doing it, because I know where the old style of travel vlogs, I know where that goes. There's a lot of channels doing stuff like that. I know you get to work with some tourism boards sometimes. People like it. You get to support the tourism industry. Okay, but this feels different. I don't know where this interview stuff goes. I just know that sometimes I talk to people and they say some really interesting things, and it leaves an impact on me. I'm like, wow, that was profound. My life is better after meeting this person. I think through the videos, through the camera, you get to meet them too, and it just feels cool. But maybe I should also have some videos where I just talk about the cities. Maybe in New York, maybe I'll have a video that was like, I don't know, I gotta give it like some kind of like clickbait name that people will click on. Like 5 things that shocked me about New York City. Because if I just call it like what I thought of New York City, like, I don't know, some people might click on that, I don't know, but sometimes you gotta play the game and give like a kind of like dramatic title for people to click on. Or maybe not, we'll see. But I think something where I talk about what surprised or shocked me about that city would be really interesting, because when I look up New York City on YouTube, there's a lot of people talking about the crime and being like it's not safe anymore. This isn't the city it used to be. A lot of negativity about that city, and I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Like there are a lot of homeless people in Manhattan, and some of them have serious mental health issues and are like yelling to themselves, and I can see why some people feel like uncomfortable living in that environment. But I mean, Montreal has some of that too. Like Vancouver, where I used to live, had a lot of that. It's big cities have just big cities aren't perfect places. There's gonna be some people living pretty rough, and you got to deal with that. But I always felt like there were always police around, and I don't know. I never felt really unsafe. I never felt unsafe in New York at all. And I film with my camera. If someone wanted to rob me, I'm a tourist with a nice looking camera. Like, I'm a prime target, and I was fine. And I love that city. Great people, great food, man. You guys, great food. And I want to go back. I want to go back to New York City. I want to go back. Maybe this summer I can go back. It was still a bit cold when I was there, but now that I know it's a 7-hour bus ride away, like maybe I'll have a few more trips down to New York, and yeah. Let me know what you think about that if you are interested in some NYC content. And in general, just let me know if you like these little sit-down chats. This was fun for me. And yeah, hope everyone's doing great. Enjoy the start of your spring. And as I always say, don't forget, like, people out there are cool, That's another reason I am getting the travel bug, because sometimes, I don't know what your personality is like, but like sometimes I will actually forget. I'll be like so in my own head, or just like working hard on something, or not even working hard, just like, I don't know, just feeling depressed about something, and I will feel like people out there are not friendly, or I can't talk to anyone. A couple times I've tried to film street interview stuff, and I've been too shy to approach anyone, or like I've tried to and people have said no. And then I realized my energy was off. It was me. I was having a bad day. And if someone approaches you with like some, I don't know, like weird energy or something, like they're going to say no. But if you're in a good mood and you're happy and like the vibes are high, like people are going to say yes, and then they're going to feel it too, and their day will be a bit better after meeting you. And the energy you bring to a situation really affects it. And I always feel better after meeting interesting people. It just reminds me, like, okay, people out there are cool, Any city you go to, you can meet cool people. And yeah. Like, if I go to New York and I make a travel video, I kind of know what that looks like. I'm going to probably walk around Central Park. I'm going to, like, try some pizza. I'm going to do a few things. People are going to, some people will enjoy it. But if I go there with my camera and I'm like walking around and I'm like, who am I going to talk to and ask them about their languages, ask them about their life a little bit, I have no idea what answers I'm going to get. Like that, anything could happen. That's the exciting part about it for me. Anything could happen. And it just reminds you, even without a camera, if you just stop and talk to people, like, they're probably not as scary as you might think. And that's my message to leave you with today. Have a great day, everyone, and I will catch you next time. Let me know what you think about the new mic. If I go really up close, does it sound like I'm on the radio? Hopefully this thing's turned on. Oh, is it? Okay, yeah, it's turned on. Okay, I was afraid I did this whole video with the mic off. Okay, see you.